Hey everybody, it's Cheri and I'm back in the craft camper. And this video is what's in store for 2024. But I really would like to take a little time for reflection because I am not someone who does that. I'm always like thinking about the next thing, moving forward. And I don't have any regrets. I'm not a person that has regrets. So I don't look back a lot of times because I'm not going that way, right? I'm going forward. But I think I want to take some time to just talk about what happened this year. Oh my goodness, I can't even believe it. And just share with all of you. First off, let me thank you. Just thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me by just watching the videos or interacting or commenting or sending me messages. I've gotten so many just wonderful messages from people all over the world. But let's talk about what happened going into 2023. So the end of December, I got my knitting machines, guys. My first one probably the end of October, beginning of November of last year. So by the end of December, I had cranked out quite a few things, but I was still very much a beginner. And the only goal I had going into this year was that I would make one hat a week, and I would record that process and share it on TikTok. At the time, I was not posting to any other platform. I had posted a few things to my YouTube channel for hand embroidery, few things about hand embroidery to my Instagram channel. I had all the Hoop and Home handles on all the other social media sites, but I was not posting to any of those. I was just posting to TikTok. Really, that's all I was doing. So I decided to do that one hat a week. I challenged myself to do that because I thought that was an attainable goal that I certainly could get done and accomplish, right? And as I know, many of you have made way more than one hat a week, and I ended up making more than one hat a week as well. But I really didn't have, aside from that, I had no thoughts on like how this was all going to go, what would happen. That was it. I knew I loved yarn. I knew I loved using the knitting machines. I always love helping other people and sharing what I'm doing and all of the things. But at the time, I didn't know that we'd be sitting here and things would have exploded the way that they did. I didn't even know about mid-year, I think, is when I decided that I started accumulating all these hats, and I was, like not sure what to do with them. And I'd, given some away to friends and family. And after realizing and being inspired by the community that some of the people were already doing this kind of thing where they were making hats and giving them away, I decided that I wanted to do that as well. So so that kind of put the balls into motion, as you say, or the yarn balls in motion. And I was able to give away or donate 100 hats this year, which is awesome, I think. I wish that I could have done more. When I started kind of reaching out to area shelters and different missions and things, I was kind of nervous, guys. I wasn't sure that they would even want the hats since they were, handmade and not, store-bought or whatever. But every place that I reached out to needed hats, and also I didn't even make enough to like fulfill what the needs were. So for the year coming up for 2024, I've been thinking about what's my goal going to be. I was actually walking my small dog. My small dog. I actually have a Great Dane. If you've seen pictures of her, she's not little. But just the other day, and I'm kind of mulling over, contemplating like what's in store for the year. What are my thoughts about how I want to move forward with Hoop and Home and all of the social media accounts, and what are we going to do? And I kept really thinking about like for 2024, the number 4 was kind of just really weighing on me. And I know that that's my goal for this coming year for 2024 is to make at least 4 hats a week. I'll still do my one Friday hat video like I've done all week long. So I'll do that at least one of those every single week. But I'm going to set my goal for 4 a week, which is completely attainable. And I know I can make more hats, but that's what I'm doing. 4 hats a week in 2024. And I also want to talk about how I was thinking about that in terms of like FOR, 4. Because I want to be able to do more to help all of you, more for you. And then also, I want to, in some way, be able to help facilitate our community as a whole to be able to do more for others. And I'm not sure how that's going to even come together. I have lots of people who have gotten these machines, especially through the holidays, and they're just now starting out on their journey. And I'm hoping as a group, there's a lot of us now who are, or even some of them who were doing this way before I came along, making and donating hats in their communities for those in need. And guys, it doesn't even have to be people who are like poor or homeless. You know, just helping, giving a hat to someone, and whether it's like making something for someone else is an act of love. And I just really think that hopefully we can help inspire and grow the community to do that. And I think just the knitting machines themselves, or, you know, making and giving, it all kind of goes together. So that's kind of how I'm thinking for moving forward. I have some thoughts. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback, but I have some thoughts on we have our Facebook group, which is a core group. The CranKnit community is awesome. We have over 7,000 people in that group now. And I don't want to take away from that, but I think that I have thoughts of bringing together those that want to continue or grow making and giving and donating, and us coming together and being able to connect on like a greater level. So that connection piece, and I want to do that with all of you. I mean, we're doing the Zooms now where you can participate in that if that's not something you're aware of. And that's a way for us to actually, where it's not just me going live and, you know, seeing the chat. We can actually kind of talk and get to know each other a little bit more and just be there for each other as makers. But anyways, moving forward in this year, that's kind of what I see, the 2024. And then in terms of reflection and how this has actually went absolutely insane, I would have never guessed. I still am kind of like, I don't want to say dumbfounded. I don't know I don't like that, but just blown away. Just blown away at the interest, but blown away at the people from all of you from all over the world. It's not just here in the United States. You know, we have people on all of my social media pages that are following, that are from just everywhere and anywhere. So it just shows me that our love of yarn is, it crosses all divides, guys. It doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. It's just everybody, there's an interest, there's a love, and it doesn't matter who you are or where you're at, and we can all come together for this. And I just think it's amazing. not that I want to, I'm not a numbers girl, kind of. I'm not a real math person, but I have the numbers here of each of my social media channels. And every day I get up and I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I'm just nobody, and it's amazing to me that there are so many people on each of these platforms that are following or subscribe to the channel. So let's just kind of go over this just a little bit. YouTube. Well, first off, I started on TikTok. That's really where I started. And it's interesting because now, and it blows my mind, but TikTok just, I'm at 118.4 thousand followers on TikTok, which is insane in itself. But that's kind of small compared to the other channels a little bit. I don't want to say it's small, but it's where I started. And I only started on these other social media platforms because there was the talk of TikTok shutting down, and I wanted to still be able to grow what we were doing. I want everybody to know about the knitting machines because I think that, I don't even know how to describe it, but I know that when I started, I couldn't crochet or knit. I do both of those things now. But it opened up doors for me and abilities in myself that I didn't know that I had. And even if you never hand knit or crochet, the satisfaction that you can get from making something on the knitting machines, it's pretty awesome. And those of you who do it, you understand it. You understand it. But usually for a lot of us, it's just part of the arsenal of crafts. You know, we're a lot of you that are watching this are crafters, die hard, and so you probably do lots of things because we all have lots of interest. I will tell you, as an attention deficit crafter myself, I had a tendency to like jump from thing to thing, and this has really stuck with me. It's really resonated to be kind of my thing. And it's very fulfilling, and I want that for other people. It's therapeutic, and I'm a firm believer that we all need something to help us cope, and that's what it was for me in the beginning. It was very selfish as to why I was doing all of it. It was just to help me cope with my mom's passing and kind of connect with her, because she was an avid crocheter and absolutely addicted to yarn. And at the time I didn't understand it, but now I absolutely do. And it's just, I still feel like a very strong connection with her in doing that. So that's kind of why it all started and continues. But now I'm very motivated helping to help others be able to do it, start out in it, or continue and not get frustrated and be able to make whatever it is that you want to make for whatever reason you want to do it. But anyways, let's talk numbers. Okay, so Instagram 118,000 followers, right? No, I'm sorry, TikTok 118,000 followers. Instagram it's exploded. We have 311,135 followers on Instagram. YouTube, I have to say, back in August on YouTube, I had 35 subscribers. 35 subscribers, and as of today, which is December 30th, 2023, I have 196,336 subscribers. I should say we, not just I. Even though it's my channel, it wouldn't be a channel without you guys being here. So 196,336. I just hit 100,000 like early last month in November, and we're almost at 200,000. It just blows my mind. And Facebook, guys, Facebook. I didn't start posting on Facebook until March of this year. So, and it has 557,579 followers. Yeah, and then we have 7,000 people plus in our group. So that's a lot of people if you add it all up. So that means there's a lot of interest in using the knitting machines. And I'm just here for it, guys. I want everybody, I want, like, you know, 1 in 4 households to have a Central 48 or an Addy knitting machine. Because I think that kids can do it, adults can do it. We can come together, anybody, everybody, men, women, you know, whoever you are, you can do it. And if you have any thoughts of ever wanting to make a knitted object with yarn, I just hope that you get one of these machines if you've stumbled upon this video, because you should, because look at all these people who are interested or are doing this. So I still don't believe that those numbers are what they are. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. So the end of October, I started Hoop and Home as an actual business. So Hoop and Home LLC is a thing. And I kind of, as the year progressed, that was something that I saw happening. And I wanted to do it for my 50th birthday or right around there. And I did. And now it's content is my focus. Making the videos, doing what we're doing here. Doing, you know, like any of the lives or whatever I can to help you all. That's kind of my business, is content creation. So if you're curious if I sell my hats, I do not sell my hats, but there are lots and lots and lots of people within this community that do, and I would be happy to point you in the direction of finding a maker who makes these beautiful, luscious, lovely hats, because there are lots of them, and hopefully there'll be lots more soon. So yeah, it's been quite a year, and I'm excited for what this means for 2024. And I think, again, I think that I see the possibilities in how we can help lots of people. And I don't know, whatever that means, I want to be able to do that. I want to be a facilitator of that. And I think that it's certainly something that I'm going to put efforts into. I don't exactly know how they're going to flush out, just like I didn't know how this year was going to flush out. And here we are at the end of it, and my mind is blown. And I'm very grateful. And yeah, and I don't want to cry. So it's a good thing, guys. It's a good thing. So, and I just want to thank all of the pattern makers who have given me the opportunity to test their patterns. I want to give a shout out to Nicola at 3 Magic Sheep Co. and Erin Makes Designs, and some of my, like one of my favorite little stuffed animal dudes. That's her pattern, and I just love it. And H. Lee Inspired Designs. Let me see if I can grab one of her things that I did. I think this is hers. I think this is hers. Let me see one of her things. I want to find one. I'm pretty sure this is hers. I think this is hers. H. Lee Inspired Designs. I'm almost positive, yeah. So, so check those out if you like to do stuffed animals. I have a couple tutorials on the 22. But I hope to do lots more of those this coming year too. I haven't made one in a little while, and I'm kind of missing them. But the pattern makers, that's a hard task, and I really give props to them. Calumet Knits, I'm getting ready to start working on a baby blanket, and I'm using her pattern, and it's awesome. She has an awesome a couple baby blanket patterns, but yeah, so check her out too. But anyway, I just wanted to again give a heartfelt thanks for any of you who are subscribed, and for all of you who are supporting the channel. And if you want, you know, I'm selling some merch too, if you want to keep supporting and giving to the yarn fund so that we can keep making hats and donating them. That's awesome. I would love it if you do that. And just promoting the craft of crank knitting, and that's what I'm going to call it. It's definitely its own thing, and I think we've all found our place here, and I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, and I hope that you'll stay with me this year. It's going to be fun, guys. I think there's lots of things to come, and we're going to have a good time and make lots of friends and build a community together. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful new year, and I'll see you on the flip side.